When the CEO saw how much his classmate's bride resembled his own wife, he was taken aback. The CEO made the decision to go to the wedding in person to find out if his wife had committed bigamy. However, his wife abruptly called to inform him that she had returned to her hometown to see family and would not be returning for a few days shortly before he left. The CEO became even more dubious as a result. He pretended to be calm and claimed that when she came back, he had a surprise in store. He hung up, pressed the accelerator pedal, and drove quickly in the direction of the wedding location. Everyone was applauding the classmate for marrying a very wealthy woman when he got to the hotel. However, the CEO chose not to follow the crowd. Rather, he went directly to the ceremony space and gazed at the wedding picture. His classmates abruptly showed up, boasting that his wife was now the CEO of a major company. While he was still unsure if the bride in the photo was actually his wife, the CEO felt as though he had been hit by lightning because he had given his wife control of the company only a few months prior. Everything made obvious now. His wife was married to his classmate. Ironically, the CEO was still ridiculed by his peers for being envious of someone else's wedding since they believed he was the same impoverished guy from back then. At that moment, an instructor caught sight of it. The CEO's vehicle was worth tens of millions of dollars. However, the classmate didn't think twice, declaring that the car belonged to his wife. He lunged at the CEO and struck him. He also asked how a man who was living off of a wealthy woman could dare drive a fancy automobile to someone else's wedding. He grabbed a brick off the ground and broke the car windows because he couldn't control his anger. He even summoned his fellow students to join him in expressing their rage. But everyone froze in disbelief when the trunk burst open. Scrolls with calligraphy and antiquities were everywhere. The student tore one of the paintings thereafter, sneering that the CEO could never buy the genuine thing. However, after glancing at the corner, the neighboring teacher became pale, realizing that it was a genuine masterpiece that would have cost at least $300 million to start. Nevertheless, the classmate refused to back down, insisting that every item was a fake that was purchased with his wife's money. Despite the taunts, the CEO maintained his composure. He just took out his phone and dialed. The CEO said icily that they will eventually pay for all they did today, while the classmate chastised him for being so brazen. A classmate, infuriated by the threat, seized the jade pendant that was around the CEO's neck. He was aware that the pendant was a talisman that his mother had prayed for at a temple, receiving from the head monk while bowing for 3 days and nights. The CEO was furious and demanded it back, in front of everyone. However, the student simply shattered the pendant on the ground while grinning. The CEO became enraged in an instant. He gave the classmate a straight hit to the face. The CEO was suddenly besieged by the haughty former classmates. Together, they began kicking and hitting him. Even the instructor participated and joined in. The CEO was thrashed till he was unable to defend himself. However, at that moment, a line of high-end vehicles arrived outside the hotel.